What's up YouTube, it's the goddamn LightSkin Prince, and today we're going to be talking about if Treyarch should actually do Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered. Make sure you stick around for the entire video. There's tons of information and content to go over, so make sure you stick around for the whole thing. And comment right now on if you want Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered. Alright y'all, to kick it off, I know we all want Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered from Treyarch. We all want that great game. We all want it. I want it. There's tons of people that want the game. But I'm here to tell y'all, do we honestly want Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered? There's tons of people that do, but I'm here to tell you the reasons why we may not want Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered. And let's start off with supply drops. Supply drops has been one of the biggest things in Call of Duty. Ever since they were announced in Advanced Warfare, people have just gone crazy over it. I remember they added it in there. A lot of people enjoyed it, a lot of people didn't. People didn't like that there were stat variants with different weapons and how it was almost like pay to win in Call of Duty. The game was already challenging enough to a lot of people, especially new players. And now that they have to worry about not only the best gun, but the best variant of that gun. And not only that, but they have to grind tons and tons and tons and spend tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money just to get these weapons, or a chance just to get these weapons. And it sucks. But ever since they added in supply drops, it's changed not only Call of Duty, but gaming in general. Supply drops have taken over the world, and especially within these new games, and just keep getting worse, worse, and worse. Especially EA with Battlefront 2. It's just scary. It really is a scary thing when it comes to supply drops and how they market it to kids and whatnot. But we're not going to get into that. I'm here to tell you why supply drops could really be a bad thing in Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered. Now listen, the game is already good without any new weapons, without any melee weapons, and just all that stuff in general. The game is great without it. So imagine if they added in supply drop that just did not go with Black Ops. It would throw the whole game off. It just wouldn't feel like Black Ops. It wouldn't feel like a good Call of Duty in general. The reason why Black Ops was just such a great game was because everything was just pretty much just balanced in general. Everything as far as guns, just slightly guns, but as far as the maps, everything was balanced. As far as just the way it flowed and the way how the maps flowed and just overall gameplay and kill streak flowed very well. Now, like I said, I was a little iffy on the guns. You know, we did have the OP weapons like the FAMAS and the Galil and the Commando. I really love the Commando. But just all these great weapons that we use, it just may not coincide with the new supply drops that they may add in the game. But that's the thing, I know they're going to add it in the game, so there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to add it in there. So imagine having supply drops in Black Ops when we don't really want it in the first place. And it's not gonna, I'm telling y'all, it's not gonna feel like Call of Duty Black Ops, the original one that we played back in what was it? 2010, 2011? It's just not gonna feel the same. And a lot of people are gonna hate that. And I would hate for y'all to spend all this money, and they're probably gonna bundle in with Black Ops 4. If you pre-order, you get Black Ops Remastered. I would hate for y'all to spend your money and it not play like the original game that y'all played back then. And that would hurt for me. That would definitely hurt for me. I know it's gonna hurt for y'all. So that's why I think supply drops just would not fit in Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered. Going on to the second thing, a new studio. I don't know who did the remastered version of Modern Warfare, but I do know that it did a great job. I will give them that. They did a fantastic job with the game. It looks amazing, it looks beautiful. But at the same time, if we got a new studio and they did a terrible job with Black Ops, not only would that taint the original game off rip, but you talk about a game not playing as well as it should. Imagine a studio just changing the flow of a map, changing the way how the game looks. It just would not go. It just wouldn't go. Imagine all their decision making with their code, with programming. Possibly the guns might not feel like the original guns that we used to play in Black Ops, and that is just so key. Y'all think this is really small, but the reason why we play Call of Duty and the reason why we buy it time in and time out every single year in November is because the game is consistent with its gameplay, its guns, and the way just how the maps flow, and just everything in general. Those three things combined together, they make Call of Duty, and that's why we're addicted to it, and that's why we play the exact same game year in and year out, and we spend and cough up $60+ to this game, and we go crazy over it because it keeps that same consistency. And imagine if a different studio that has never touched a Call of Duty game in its life, or never touched a Black Ops game in its life, touching one of the greatest Call of Duties ever, Black Ops. Just imagine that. it just would not flow at all. It would not flow, and it just wouldn't happen. It's just not going to happen. They need to get a great and phenomenal studio in order to do this game right. And that's the key thing. They need to do it right. Anybody can make a remastered version of the game. They just have to do it right. So a new studio, please, Treyarch, if y'all happen to do this, I know y'all are because this is like a cash cow for y'all. Please get a studio that's going to do your game right. But if you don't, that just proves my point to another reason why we may not want Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered. And the last thing, y'all, this is the last thing. This is the big picture overall on why I think we may not want this game to be remastered. One of the best Call of Duties ever, Call of Duty Black Ops. The original game could lose all its credibility that it built up to this point. I remember when Modern Warfare 2 came out. I remember a lot of people were talking about it, how it was a great game. That was when I wasn't into Call of Duty. My first Call of Duty was Black Ops. So I will admit, there is a little bias when it comes to Black Ops. I will admit to that. But I'm not going to knock the fact that Modern Warfare 2 is what set Call of Duty up to skyrocket. I'm not going to knock that. It did its thing. Modern Warfare 2, everybody was playing it, everybody was going crazy over it. Props to them. Props to Infinity Ward, the only Call of Duty that y'all made that was actually good. But no distance here. But Black Ops, it was on that horizon with Modern Warfare 2, and there's just so much pressure when it came to Black Ops. Black Ops had to be a great game. It couldn't mess up. Like, they wanted the game to skyrocket, but the thing is that once the game came out, not a lot of people liked it at first. At first, not a lot of people liked it. I remember my friends were telling me after Modern Warfare 2, you need to get Black Ops. You need to get Black Ops because Modern Warfare 2 was just such a great game. But they started playing it and I was like, oh, we're not feeling it, and they dropped off. But it came back when we got Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 wasn't as good of a game as a lot of people thought, okay? But that game definitely came back too. But we'll talk about that in a later video. But Black Ops, it tanked, but it came right back up. And not a lot of games can do that. Not a lot of games could do that, but Black Ops did. Its credibility grew and people started to realize how good of a game it is. And imagine if we got Black Ops Remastered with a new studio and with these supply drops and it feeling like a new game, how much it would tarnish the original game that we all loved to play, which was Black Ops. It would just lose it. It would lose all its credibility. It would lose all the history and lore of a good Call of Duty that this game came about. And that will honestly break my heart because not only was it a good Call of Duty, but it was my first Call of Duty. And to me, it was amazing. That was a great Call of Duty. And all this stuff factored into Black Ops Remastered. I just can't see this game going down a spiraling path like Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't want that to happen for Black Ops. And that's why I think Call of Duty Black Ops should not be remastered. But I know they're going to do it in the future. Maybe not this year, but maybe in the future to come. I just don't want Black Ops to be tarnished. That's all. But I know they're going to do it. I know they are going to do it. So Treyarch, if y'all do, for Treyarch, if you're listening, please just do it right. Please, if y'all don't mind, y'all do the remastered version. Okay? If y'all do that, I have nothing to worry about except for the supply drops. That's all. That's all I have to worry about because I know they're going to be in the game. But as far as that, if y'all do happen to get a new studio, just make sure they're good. Just make sure they're good and they know what they're doing and they actually touched the Call of Duty before. Yeah, y'all, that does it. I want y'all to click this card for everything Call of Duty 2018. I have more news covering Black Ops 4 and Call of Duty Remastered. So if you want to check it out, just click the card right here. And like I said in the beginning of the video, comment below if you want Call of Duty Black Ops Remastered. And if you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out that like button and rat-tat-tat that subscribe button. This is the LightSkin Prince, and the guy is out. Peace, y'all.